All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about old geezer rock stars who refuse to stop touring, and it's great. It's great. And I'm doing what I do in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. Going to be talking about Paul Simon and Peter Frampton. Paul Simon, of course, your singer-songwriter type, and so is this guy here. Yeah, John Baldwin. Um, Almost like a friend of mine now. I got two CDs by him. He sent me some stuff in the mail. He's controversial though. He's very controversial because he's got this new song out called "Gulf of America." Yeah, it's just crazy. So if you want to go see John performing, I will send you a link as to where you can find out more about the music of John Baldwin and where you can uh, hopefully see him perform live. He's not an old geezer, so he might be around for a while as far as a performer. And if you want to hear the Gulf of America song, it is uploaded to my old channel right here on YouTube. So, the story here, and it's an ongoing story about classic rock people refusing to retire. In the case of Paul Simon, he did retire and then came back. He's currently on what's known as the Quiet Celebration Tour. Now, if I were going to one of these events and I had to travel, like he's doing these two shows in Seattle, and supposedly they're going to be recording both of these shows, which would be kind of cool to be in the audience and just be at this historic event. Tickets for these events, by the way, for August 5th and the 6th will go on sale on Friday. So if you're planning on going to Seattle, I would never go to Seattle for any reason, not even to see Paul Simon. You might want to get some hotel insurance, whatever that stuff is, where you can just cancel the night before, just in case, right? Because I know Paul's had some issues out there on the road. But it sounds like a great time. I wouldn't mind seeing Paul Simon one more time. Peter Frampton, he's out there as well. He's doing another leg of the Let's Do It Again tour. So this ends up being the Let's Do It Again tour. All right, just for clarification. New dates in San Antonio, Tulsa, Memphis, Atlanta, before wrapping up not too far away from me here in Hollywood, Florida. I don't live in Hollywood, but it's within striking distance if I wanted to, go for the day, like leave in the morning and get back the next day early in the morning. That's how that would work for me. He says, let's continue making amazing memories together. The 75-year-old Frampton wrote this on his social media. Pre-sale for tickets for these new dates will actually go on sale in just an hour from when I'm recording this video. So Wednesday, that's the pre-sale. Actual sale to the general public doesn't happen until Friday. So both of these guys are putting more tickets on sale on Friday. Frampton launched the Let's Do It Again tour in April, marking his first tour since becoming a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, obviously, when these guys get induced into the Hall of Fame, they get a bump. People are interested in their music again. Peter Frampton, Foreigner, who both of these guys, by the way, Frampton and Foreigner, said they would be retiring, but then they got inducted, and Peter Frampton has some health issues, and if you go back a few years, he talked about he probably wouldn't be able to play guitar for that much longer, but he's improvised and he still makes the best of it. So anyway, would I go see Peter Frampton? Yeah, I'd go see him. Same with Paul Simon. I wouldn't go to Seattle to see Paul Simon. I might go to Hollywood, Florida to see Peter Frampton, but you know what, folks? It's just interesting because everybody is holding on to these older performers. And, when you're a solo artist like Paul Simon or Peter Frampton, it's hard to get someone to replace you. You know what I mean? Um, like Foreigner, because it's a band, you can reconstruct the entire band and just continue to call it Foreigner. You can't bring someone else out on stage and call them Paul Simon. I mean, I guess you could if Paul approved of it and the guy looked like Paul Simon and sang like Paul Simon. They might be able to get away with that, but it's a lot harder to do this if you're a solo artist. So, anyway, hotel insurance. If you're going to travel, get the hotel insurance. A lot of dates have been canceled. Not as many for Frampton, more for Paul Simon. And in general, pretty much on a weekly basis, I hear about dates being canceled. And typically it's because these guys are older and they're running into difficulties that they wouldn't have run into 30, 40 years ago when they were in their prime, or at least a lot healthier. So we wish them well out on tour. Both of these artists are still relevant. Paul Simon, little shaky out there. Peter Frampton sounding great. Foreigner, completely rebuilt, reconstructed Foreigner. So if you don't mind not seeing any original guys, then you'll probably enjoy seeing Foreigner. All right, one more plug for my buddy, and he's a good guy. John Baldwin, six-string slinger right there, and storyteller here. And he's even got a worship album out there for Christian music. And there's that. I'll put a link to his Bandcamp, I think is what he's got. And then who knows? Maybe you can go see John Baldwin, and I'm sure he's going to be okay. He's a bit younger, and he's an up-and-coming artist, and you don't get a lot of classic rock promotion for someone coming up through the ranks anymore. It's just the emphasis on the old-timers, and when the old-timers are gone, there's even less to talk about than there is now, which is really sad. So enjoy the old-timers while you've got them, but, do a little crazy stuff. Investigate some new stuff happening out there, because we got to keep the music going. That's the whole thing. We got to keep the ball rolling forward. Generations to come, we'll look back and say, hey, how come the music stopped in like 1992? That's what they're going to look at the history of rock, and they're going to wonder what happened. Some people will. Other people will say, who cares, man? It's better now than it was then. Yeah, I don't think so. But that's just my humble opinion. All right. God bless everyone. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world. Jesus is Lord. Don't forget that.